Hello everyone, welcome to TGBtoys channel. Today we are unboxing the Ophiuchus Gold. Saint had an original color version released in 2017. Later, the price was once hyped to over 4,000 RMB, and others could only sigh in longing. Having missed the original color version, I naturally would not miss this opportunity for Ophiuchus's disguised reissue. Of course, calling it a disguised reissue might be somewhat unfair. After all, it has been replaced with a realistic head sculpt, upgraded to an EX metal body, and added some accessories. The paint color scheme is also different. It can be considered to have undergone a relatively major remake. Speaking of the color scheme, recently, Bandai's Gold Saints often get magically altered into green gold. This is probably the part I'm most uneasy about with this figure. So, with these expectations and doubts, hurry up and follow me to see how this new Ophiuchus performs. Japanese version Ophiuchus in the shipping box. Besides the colorful box, there is also a special edition of Saint Seiya, Next Dimension, Volume 16 manga. The front of the colorful box has the Saint Seiya, Next Dimension logo. The main visual is a close-up image of the figure. In the lower position, you can see the Japanese version uses a gold background blue cat sticker. The top of the colorful box is printed with a hand-drawn Seiya head by Kuramada, but it gives a very perfunctory feeling. The two sides show images of the human form and cloth form respectively. The bottom of the box is also shown. The back cover is a collection of various official images. From the explanatory text, it can be seen. This Ophiuchus EX was also made to commemorate the conclusion of Saint Seiya. Next Dimension. Open the colorful box. The contents include 4 layers of blister packaging and an instruction manual. Only the first layer has tape. In the middle is the body. On both sides are most of the torso and limb, cloth parts. The second layer contains replacement hands, face sculpts, hair and cape. The third layer contains the scepter and part of the cloth stand. The last layer is the remaining cloth stand. Accessories with metal as the main material include 1 chest plate and a replacement front chest piece for object form. A pair of upper arm armor, forearm armor, and detachable forearm armor. Parts: a pair of thigh armor, knee armor, and shin armor. The wing parts on the shin armor are plastic. A large skirt armor piece. Accessories with plastic as the main material. A mask and neck collar. A pair of large and small shoulder armor. The second layer of the large shoulder armor is metal, unlike the usual myth cloth design where it's the opposite. An abdominal armor piece and a pair of hand armor. Yes, only one pair. A set of wings, with the central part being metal. The wings have multiple components. The top layer of feathers can move up and down. The second layer can rotate horizontally. The third layer can move inward and outward or rotate. And there's a hidden tail in the middle. My figure's left wing's top feather moves fine, but the right side is very stiff. If you encounter this, apply even force slowly when adjusting. A set of object form stands, likely one of the most complex stands with many parts, including a metal back clasp for object form. The scepter is entirely plastic, made of 3 parts, with a striking red gem at the top. The scepter's wings are slightly movable, and the snake coiling around the staff looks imposing. The replacement hair is soft plastic, possibly the longest hair in the Mythcloth series. The cape, which I initially thought was soft rubber, is similar to previous capes with a slightly textured surface. It's light gray with battle-damaged holes and natural-looking folds, giving it a high-quality feel. Other accessories. Let's look at the face sculpts first. There are 4: serious, closed-eye side glance, and a snake-eye face for skill use. Since the mask and hair heavily obscure the face, I'll showcase them without the mask. Below, I'll show them from different angles. Odysseus has a flamboyant, androgynous aesthetic, typical of Kurumada's signature style. Whether it's good-looking is subjective. I feel it's quite distinctive. Among the saints, it's very unique. From Next Dimension, it's clear that Kurumada, now an established veteran, is freer in his character designs, likely reflecting the kind of saints he's always wanted to create. Hands include a pair of clenched fists, a pair of open hands with detailed manicured nails, a pair for holding the scepter, a pair of eagle claw hands, a pair of grabbing hands. After looking at all the accessories, let's look at the body. This figure uses an X metal body. The joints in the torso and limbs are tight. But what's with the neck? Does it have cervical issues? Hopefully this won't affect it once the armor is on. Next, let's assemble the Ophiuchus human form. This is likely the most complex human form in the Mythcloth series. Start with the thigh armor, knee armor, shin armor. Secure with the metal foot pieces, which attach smoothly. Then add the abdominal armor. After that, the skirt armor, which uses a small waist buckle design to make assembly easier. Remove the front skirt armor first. Then attach the waistband. Be cautious, as other parts may come loose during this step. When securing the waist buckle, leave a wider gap between the waistband and abdomen to avoid difficulty. Reattach any loose parts afterward. For the upper body, attach the upper arm armor. Then the forearm armor. And its metal components. Secure with the hand pieces. After finishing the arms, move to the chest armor. This chest armor assembly differs from most Mythcloth figures. Remove the front chest piece and the metal back piece. Take the neck collar, remove its middle section, and attach it to the metal piece's slot. Attach the chest armor to the body. Then add the neck collar's side pieces to the chest armor. Attach the small shoulder armor by aligning one side's hole and pushing the other side in. This may leave scratches on the body. Then attach the large shoulder armor. Now for the wings, which are another complex part. Here's how to assemble the cape style. No need to adjust the wing feathers. Remove the back clasp, attach the cape, and reattach it to the body. Before attaching the head, secure the rear hair to the neck connector. Attach the head with the mask, which requires some force. Adjust as needed, and the cape-style human form is complete. Next, the no-cape assembly. This is more complex. Reattach the back clasp removed for the cape. Remove the hidden tail, replace it with an exposed tail assembled from 3 parts. Find part J, the tail tip, and part G, the second piece from the top. From the object form, stand part J is easy to find. It's the tail end. Part G is the second piece from the top. Remove it. Finally, find the tail base from the stand. Connect these three parts. To attach the tail, fully spread the 6 wing feathers to create space for the tail to slot into the back clasp's lower hole. Reattach the head as before, and the no-cape human form is complete. To summarize the human form experience, assembling the armor is both tedious and frustrating. First, the upper arm armor doesn't fit well and tends to fall off. Second, the most annoying part is the hand pieces, which are loose, especially when posing with the scepter. This is due to 2 reasons. 1. The forearm armor fits tightly with the body, creating high friction, leaving little room for wrist joints. 2. The hand pieces' holes are large, making them hard to secure. The third issue is the wings. Not a quality control issue, just an overly complex design. If not filming, I wouldn't bother switching styles due to the hassle. Ophiuchus is said to be Kurumada's most intricate cloth design, so the complex assembly might be intentional for fidelity. Regarding the paint color, to my eyes, it's not overly green and feels comfortable. The metal parts have a heavy, substantial quality, similar to Virgo X Shijima. However, the color difference between plastic and metal parts, especially the first layer of shoulder armor, is noticeable. If the shoulder armor's first layer were metal, it would look much better. Besides the mentioned issues, the positives are: the body is very sturdy, standing stably in both cape and wing spread styles. Poses hold well without deforming, offering some consolation for the subpar play experience. In summary, the Ophiuchus EX human form is a typical display only. Mythcloth pose. Options are limited, with most articulation in the upper body. Posing with the scepter can take half an hour due to loose hands. It's exhausting to assemble, but you might convince yourself the money was well spent, since it takes several times longer to play with than other mythcloths. Okay, after the human form, let's look at the object form. If the human form's assembly is T1 tier complexity, the object form is T0. Start with the head, attaching the neck collar and mask pieces. Use the narrower front chest piece and add the abdominal armor. I forgot to mention earlier, but 2 parts of the stand I touched are also metal. Attach the knee and shin armor's metal parts to the legs. Then add skirt armor pieces and connect to the torso. Replace the front and back skirt armor parts with a plastic piece from the stand. Assemble the back clasp into the stand configuration. For the arms, attach the shoulder armor, small shoulder armor, and remaining skirt armor parts. I have to complain again. The upper shoulder armor really didn't need to be plastic. The snakehead assembly is likely the most complex part of any object form. It has 3 layers, each with various parts, making it nearly impossible to assemble without the manual. The scepter's red gem, main body, upper arm armor, and thigh armor go here. The scepter's remaining parts and shin armor wings are tucked underneath the base. Place the main Ophiuchus body on the stand. Then attach the snake body to its hands in order. This part is complex, so check the manual carefully. Connect the snake tail to the rear parts. Finally, attach the wings to the snake head and mount it on the main body. The Ophiuchus EX object form is finally complete. Although some parts loosened during assembly, the process was relatively smooth for such a complex object form. The parts fit well, with no significant issues of pieces falling off. Due to many plastic parts, the color difference is noticeable, which is a minor flaw. The entire Ophiuchus object form is exceptionally ornate, with beastly parts, human parts, and a massive base. It's a culmination of Kurumada's design prowess. Though ornate, it feels somewhat bulky. I prefer his simpler, elegant cloth designs. The Ophiuchus EX Odysseus experience overall. I think it's a high-quality myth-cloth. Bandai successfully recreated a character with intricate human and object forms, showcasing mature craftsmanship. However, issues like loose hands and high armor coverage hinder playability. The cumbersome assembly also reduces its appeal. The color difference between plastic and metal parts remains a persistent issue for standard Gold Saints. In conclusion, Ophiuchus EX meets the quality standard, but as a non-original design, it lacks surprise while still showcasing solid execution. I hope we'll see a sun god figure someday to surpass Ophiuchus as the most dazzling myth cloth. Okay, that's it for this episode. If you love myth cloth, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. See you next time.